Anthem on the track.
Yeah. Yeah. King shit. Yeah. Yeah. Look. I'm from the city where the bums rich. Skyscrapers block the rays when the sun hits. One time coming, niggas run quick. By the time a baby walk, he got a gun grip. I was made for this. 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 I'm not a product of the cages that they raised us in. Bred to be a king, I'm not a slave to this. I was made for this. I was made for this.
Peace, family, and welcome to another episode Underground Railroad Radio. This is your host, Brother Rich, and I am back with the living legend, none other than Professor Griff. Welcome back to the show, brother.
Greetings, Brother Rich. It's a pleasure to be back, man. I'm doing this interview all the way from Atlantic City, New Jersey, where I spoke tonight. It was a beautiful thing, man. People, shout out to the brothers and sisters, man, in Atlantic City, New Jersey. And Brother Rich, I'm going to send you a picture of this plaque that they gave me. And it's a very beautiful plaque, man. It's one of those kind of things. They presented it to me tonight that made you realize that you really are affecting people, and you definitely have to kind of, sharpen your sword and step up to the plate. It says, this plaque is presented to Brother Kavan Shah, a.k.a. Professor Griff, for his contributions of bravery and the many sacrifices he has made by continuing the legacy of the black resistance against evil and oppression in the world. September 14th, 2016. It's a beautiful thing, man. Atlantic City, New Jersey. And shout out to my brother Farad L. in Washington, D.C., an elder, man. That brother, man, really touched my spirit the other day. He says, man, you don't even realize, man, we hear Steve Biko, we hear Malcolm, we hear Mark, we hear the Mau Mau, we hear all the revolutionary cries come up out of you, man, when you and Brother Rich do your thing, man. So, yeah, I wanted to pass that on to you, Brother Rich, from Farad L. Keep doing the thing, Brother Rich, for real, man. People are listening.
No doubt. That's powerful, man.
Good thanks, man.
That's real powerful. Yeah, so that's dope, man. I'm glad you got that, Professor Griff, man. I mean, we've been doing this for a minute, man. We going strong every week. Like I said, man, it's difficult to be so consistent, man. So I definitely appreciate the fact that you come on this platform every week and speak to the people, man. So we definitely appreciate it. It's definitely well deserved. Someone that I want to talk about today, Professor Griff, Darren, the brother Darren Seals, very active in terms of the community down in Ferguson. Was on social media, was in the streets. He was out there. He wasn't just on the keyboards. He was out there in Ferguson. The brother was shot and found dead in a burning car. I mean, it's crazy. It's one thing to be shot and killed, but then to be shot and killed and found in a burning car, it got a lot of people asking a lot of questions.
Right.
Yeah. So the brother was, like I said, the brother, 29-year-old brother, young brother. Brother was from Ferguson. He wasn't a lot of the websites are saying Black Lives Matter. He wasn't too fond of Black Lives Matter. Not at all. He felt as though they hijacked the movement down there in Ferguson, and he felt as though they was down there, I guess, for profit, for financial gain. He actually slapped one of the dudes, one of the so-called representatives, D-Rayo, as he said he bitch slapped him. So he really wasn't fond of them at all. This is the sixth brother in that town to get shot, according to accounts, to get shot and found in a torched car within the last 2 years. So in that area in Ferguson, so that sounds very strange, almost like it's a trend that's going on down there, where brothers is getting shot and found in burning cars. And also to keep in mind, in July of this year, he tweeted that he was pulled over at gunpoint by police, and they warned him to choose his enemies wisely.
Right.
So the brother had a lot going on. Whether it was Black Lives Matter, static with them, whether it was static with the police down there. The brother had a lot going on down there. which is leading people to think, this was a setup. This wasn't right. This was a setup. The brother was assassinated. Some people saying that it was a hit from Black Lives Matter. Some people saying it was an obvious hit from police. To start the show, Professor Griff, from what you've researched so far and everything you know about this brother who did a tremendous, tremendous job down there in Ferguson, the story sounds real fishy to a lot of people. What do you think about from what you're reading so far, brother, with the story?
I don't know, just kind of like off the cuff, man, just reading and then watching some of the interviews, especially the one that he did with Shay and a few other people. It's like the brother was really on the ground there, man. The brother wasn't this, he wasn't this super YouTuber. He wasn't this, this truther that took to the internet. He wasn't that. He was really on the ground doing like real work. You understand what I'm saying? And what probably was someone that's going to be was headed towards being a force to be reckoned with, as far as people looking at him as though, not as though, but how they see themselves on that level. You understand what I'm saying? And man, and you hit the nail on the head. 3 things that you talked about. His whole idea of how he viewed Black Lives Matter, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. But to find a brother, or activist, or a black man shot and burning, that has KKK police written all over it, man. That has militia written all over it. That is the signature, Brother Rich. That's not a trend. We could go back to the people that they shot and burned. That's the signature. When you're tracking down serial killers, you start to look for the obvious signs that you might find at different crime scenes. And if this is not an obvious signature, you could watch the ID channel and figure that shit out.
Right.
But if this is not an obvious signature, what is? You understand what I'm saying? We're going to shoot at you, murder you, and then we're going to torch the car so there's no evidence. There's no forensics. You understand what I'm saying? So this is their signature. Number 2, his whole calling out Black Lives Matter was obvious. He says, please do not call me #Black Lives Matter. I am in no way, shape, or form a part of the sellout, co-opted, book-dancing, bootlegging, shoe-shining ass, credit-stealing, fake Twitter activist movement.
Wow.
Black Lives Matter have an agenda against black men and black fathers and replace a movement that started because of the injustice for Mike Brown and turned into a black LGBT / feminist movement that has no place for black men. They don't even have the words black men / fathers on their entire website. Wake up and get in tune with what reality the media should not be able to tell you what your movement, especially when it started in your city. So he's basically saying, wake up. The media shouldn't tell you what your movement should be about, especially when it started in your city. You should be the one to determine that. And that's what that brother's relationship was, in his own words, with Black Lives Matter. He personally had it out for D-Roy, whatever his damn name is, a person who, just because he got tweets and hits and likes on social media, became the leader. He ended up doing CNN interviews and all this kind of madness, man. So the brother was definitely about his business, man, and the brother was definitely rising and being more visible and more outspoken, man. His momentum was definitely there. Definitely.
Right. Now, in terms of these organizations that we see get, like you said, these CNN interviews or NBC or Fox or whoever, that these people, these black people that we see constantly on the television screen, is that a dead giveaway that something is wrong, Professor Griff? Is that when we see these people, is that something we should be alerted not to trust those people that we constantly see pushed on television?
I can see you doing 1 or 2 interviews, but every week, every time something happens with black people, you're the go-to person. They got a batch of go-to niggas and niggeresses.
Right.
That they go to. And you see them all the time as though somebody appointed them or made them the spokespeople for the black community. So dead giveaway is an understatement, man. Trained house dog, lap dog is more appropriate. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's like, wait a minute. How your ass, we don't see your ass in the community, but we see you, or we always see you on CNN.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? No community can say, oh yeah, so the brother to be on CNN. Yeah, he lives around the corner from me, man. Back in the day, he used to organize, martial arts classes or feeding the homeless. No, they don't dress some of these Negroes and Negresses up and prop them up on CNN, giving them book deals and shit. You understand? Setting them up with lectures. They're the go-to people now for the Black Student Union to pick them to come to the college to speak. You understand? To give them 5-10 stacks. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, no, the dead giveaway is an understatement, man. Making your head Negro would fit better. Yeah. When you start talking about not only do black lives matter, all lives matter. Shut up, you coward-ass nigga. Just a coward because you're scared of white people. That's why you're talking like that.
Mm.
That's why they're talking like that.
Good, yeah.
No, go on, good brother.
Well, there was this tweet that the brother Darren Seals, on August 16th. He tweeted on 1/16. He said, and I didn't know this was on the Black Lives Matter website. He said, "Dear #Black Lives Matter, explain to those of us who care to know why aren't black men, husbands, and fathers mentioned." So I went to that made me go to the site because I'd actually never been on the site. I went to the site and it says, "We are committed to disrupting the Western prescribed nuclear family structure requirement by supporting each other as extended families and villages that collectively care for one another and especially our children to the degree that mothers, parents, and children are comfortable." Now, this brother, along with a lot of brothers and a lot of sisters, see something wrong with this right here. When you're talking about villages and family, and you say mothers, parents, and children, what does it say to you when you read this on their website?
Well, what it's actually saying, without them actually saying it, that they're going to reinvent the black family, and the nucleus of the black family now is going to be the mothers, the parents, and the children. There's really no need for the black man other than the fact that you become the sperm donor. Once you're the sperm donor, we have no need for you. So in all actuality, the rallying cry that became the energy behind formulating a Black Lives Matter is no longer necessary. Now that it's set in motion, it's no longer necessary. We don't need you anymore. We only needed you to have your black body, blood spilling out of your black body and laying out in the street, dead at the hands of a white cop to set this Black Matters Lives thing off. Now we don't need you. You're insignificant. You're insignificant new agenda. Go on about your business. This is about mothers, parents, and children. You can't even get children or have children without the black man. Why is it the black man mentioned in this scheme of things? Simply because it's a George Soros-led movement financed by, the hidden hand. And the black man, the only role that the black man is going to play in it is the one that's getting shot down. The one that's going to get mentioned in a blurb on the evening news. The one that they're going to have the actual CNN special that they're going to call all of the bobbleheads and the suits and the handkerchief had bootlicking Negroes together to have a discussion about it. But as soon as Anderson Cooper's time it comes up to be on, they're going to cut away to Anderson Cooper up next. And stay tuned for so-and-so and so-and-so. And this shit is not going to be brought to you by Tide or Fabric or fabric softener. You understand what I'm saying? Or Skittles or fucking Coke. You understand what I'm saying? Or butter, trying to figure out whether it's margarine or butter. This shit is not going to be brought to you by AT&T or T-Mobile. Mm-hmm. When they cut away, that's going to be the end of it. And the only time you're going to be mentioned, black man, is how many times the cop shot you. So no, man. No. This ain't going to be brought to you by Trojan condoms and shit. It's not. That's the only time you're going to be discussed, black man, because if it was left up to the LGBTQ, XRCL, whoever the hell they are, then no, you're not going to get mentioned at all. Plain and simple. Because you're not part of the agenda. You're not part of the agenda. And those that handpick Negroes that have been made the leaders of these particular movements have a strict agenda and a strict script to go by. Better believe that, man. For real.
You know, it was the 20th anniversary of the brother Tupac Shakur passed away. Yeah. The biopic is about to come out. Thinking about him and thinking about the impact this brother Darren Seals had on his community from a street ground level, there's something that resonates so much with the people when it comes to the brothers that come from the streets. And, you know, we got a lot of scholars in our community, very educated brothers, very scholarly, got degrees, you know, very well educated. But there's just always something about that street dude that just resonates with the people so much. What do you think it is? Like, what? Let me say it like this: because I know there's a lot of street dudes that listen to this. What message would you have to the brothers out there in the streets, Griff, that may be listening to this, smoking weed, drinking some Hennessy right now, but they listening to this show? As they might say, I fucks with them. What message would you have for those brothers out there that's on the street right now but listen to this program? What advice would you give those street soldiers right now, Professor Griff?
But you know something, Brother Rich? Them street soldiers fuck with you and I. I'm not going to... You understand what I'm saying? Listen, I could name a long list of people that smoke. That shit don't move me in no certain kind of way. I'm concerned about those brothers' health, but that shit don't move me. But some of the best I know sip Henny. You understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? That shit don't move me. But the thing about that, it lets me know to a small certain degree that they're real dudes. They're not trying to be fake and phony, and that's what I love and admire about them. I don't love and admire the fact that they drink and smoke. I love and admire the fact that they're able to be real dudes. You know why? Them same real dudes will allow you and me, Brother Rich, to be just as real as we are when we don't smoke and drink. They looking at us like, shit, why y'all niggas ain't popping on something? What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Sip this shit, nigga, here you go. I'm like, nah, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Turn something up, nigga. I'm like, nah, I'm fine, bro. I'm good, man. But they allow me to be me. I allow them to be them. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's just true, but that's how they saw Pac, one of them. That's how they see Darren Seals, one of them. You understand what I'm saying? But trust and believe, man. To be honest with you, from what I see, them cigarettes and that damn Henny and the rest of that shit that they do, that shit ain't stopping them from putting that work in. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Maybe that's just a stress reliever. I don't know, man. You understand what I'm saying? I may be the brother that may need a fucking green smoothie. Them motherfuckers in the L. You understand what I'm saying? They need some Henny. Do your thing. You understand what I'm saying? The work got to get done one way or the other. Shit, I'm just being real, man. Some of the dudes that came out tonight, man, it's like, yo, I smell all of them. They say, yo, fuck that. We just had to come see you, dude. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm like, I'm thankful of that, man. Them brothers be showing up. They don't care. Serious, man. But Tupac was their dude. Tupac, they vibrate on that chaotic realm, man. They vibrate on that energy. They vibrate on that frequency that they understand it. They may not even understand Cornell West speaking the King's English. Michael Eric Dyson, two beautiful brothers that put it down, but they may not understand them. But you let that shit filter through a dude like Darren Seals or Tupac, dude. They readily get it. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
They readily get it because they resonate on that frequency. They resonate on their frequency. Plain and simple, man. Some cats may not get me. You understand what I'm saying? That's in academia. They may not. But some people, I hear it every single day. It's like, yo, whatever the fuck you need, Griff, yo, I'm right here in Cincinnati, or right here in Liberty City, or right here in St. Louis, man. Call a nigga shit. If you need something taken care of, I'm like, I got you, bro. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
Something that we said, Brother Rich, it touched them.
Yeah.
Something that we laid out. Something in one of these interviews, they said, yo, I'm fucking with them for real. I'm checking them dudes out every week. Because they be giving me some shit that CNN is not going to give me. I'm not going to get this shit at the NAACP meeting. I'm not going to get this. I'm going on Soros' website. I'm not going to get this. Professor Griff and Rich be putting it down. Man. That's where I get my information from. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I'm reading this book right here because Griff mentioned it with Brother Rich asked a question, and Griff, you mentioned it on the show, so I went and bought it. And I'm like, damn. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I get them kind of messages, those kind of phone calls. So I can imagine what Pac's songs did for them, what Pac's life did for them. It gave them a blueprint, man, on, yo, that's me. I'm that dude that be putting it down in the studio. I'm that dude that be smoking, drinking, having a good time. Because I ain't afraid to say I'm I can bag chicks, I can do whatever. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm a revolutionary at heart. I'm that street soldier at heart. Not only am I hugging, I'm embracing thug life, I'm embracing hug life too. I'm balancing this shit out. You understand what I'm saying? Plain and simple. But there's a code that Pac laid out. You understand what I'm saying? If we talking about being that nigga, that dude, and that acronym that Pac gave us, there's a code that you got to live by, man. Never ignorant and getting goals accomplished. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So there comes a duty and responsibility, man, if you're gonna walk in Tupac's shoes. For real.
Indeed. And just speaking about, this topic, Darren Seals saying he got stopped in July by about 10 detectives and they pulled the gun out on him. Makes me and I flipped the channel while I'm watching this. While I'm reading that, I had the TV on and I seen somebody talking about Lil Wayne's comment that he feels as though racism doesn't exist because he personally never experienced it. So I'm thinking to myself, I gotta bring this up to Professor Griff. What do you get upset when a brother says, a brother may be privileged to have a certain amount of money, so he says racism does exist because that's his reality? Do you think we should accept that from a person like Lil Wayne, or do you think that's just totally ridiculous?
Well, first of all, we shouldn't accept it from Lil Wayne or anyone. Racism does exist, and just because you haven't experienced it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. I want to ask the Lil Waynes of the world, have you ever had an overdose on heroin? Just because you haven't experienced it, that doesn't mean it can't exist. Not at all. That is stupid. See, that shows the degree of ignorance that's coming from these assholes. Just because you haven't experienced racism, you claiming and proclaiming now that it doesn't exist. How damn ignorant is that, Brother Rich? Yeah. That don't even warrant us giving that kind of foolish a damn answer. That undignified ass, dumb, senseless ass, flipping ass bullshit. Racism doesn't exist because I haven't experienced it. Shut the fuck up. That shit is dumb. There's a lot of things that exist in this world that I haven't experienced, Brother Rich. Just because Professor Griff haven't experienced something, that doesn't mean it don't exist. And then, if Lil Wayne or anybody like him would even agree with that goddamn statement, you must know a lot about racism to know it don't exist. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah.
What is it that you know, Lil Wayne, about racism that you could possibly tell us to make a statement like it don't exist? It don't exist in corporate America. It don't exist in the workplace. It don't exist in politics, Lil Wayne. It don't exist in education. Come to me and talk to me. Call me. I'll introduce you to some of the educators that I know on the kindergarten level, all the way through grade school, through high school, through college, and on a professional level. I can introduce you to these people that will let you know firsthand accounts that racism does exist. Institutionalized racism exists, Lil Wayne. It's systemic, if you're not a stellar word. It's systemic. It's a system, Lil Wayne. It's designed so that people like you would make statements like that. That's what it's designed for. It's designed for them to give you some trinkets and for you to run your silly ass mouth that racism doesn't exist. We experience it every single day. I wonder if Lil Wayne watched the Olympics. If you watched the Olympics, I'm sure you saw racism at its finest. I like to sit next to Lil Wayne and watch an hour of CNN or just an hour of TV. I can point out the racism, the subtle racism. You understand? I can turn the volume up, or I can turn the volume down, and I can show him racism. If Lil Wayne would only come walk in my size 8 shoe for a day, I can show you racism. But let me explain something to you, Lil Wayne. If you ain't looking for it, of course you may not see it. If you cushioned by the lifestyle that hip hop and rap have afforded you, you ain't trying to see. You're trying to get a paycheck. You understand what I'm saying? But racism is definitely there, whether you want to see it or not, Lil Wayne. Plain and simple.
You know, there was a comment that I've seen a lot of people talking about, since the brother made the transition, a lot of people have been going through his Twitter account and just reading all his tweets and, the retweets and the responses to his tweets. One of the things he said about Black Lives Matter, he says Black Lives Matter did to Ferguson what white people did to Mother Africa. Come in, steal all our resources, then leave us for dead. Shaking my head. Do you think this is a little bit? Some people think this is a little bit of an exaggeration. That although Black Lives Matter may not have had the best intentions as the local activists, some people that respond to this feel as though he's a little bitter that he wasn't getting the notoriety that he thinks he deserves, or the fame that he thinks he deserves for the work that he's put in. So do you think it's a little bit of exaggeration on his part, or do you think it's pretty much accurate what he's saying?
No. It's not pretty much accurate. It's right on point. We're not in this. You, me, anyone that I know in my smaller inner circle or the larger, greater circle, we're not in this for notoriety. If no one ever mentioned my name, you're gonna know the work. Plain and simple, because way before Instagram and YouTube and Facebook, I did the work. Before Public Enemy, before my name was mentioned on one record, on one video, on one before people even knew who I was. You understand what I'm saying? I did the work. I was looking for notoriety. We looked to do the work. And if someone mentions us somewhere, like the brother who gave me the plaque tonight, if someone sees the work and they benefit from the work and they mention your name, beautiful thing. But if they never gave me the plaque tonight, Brother Rich, I would still do the work. If you and I never came together to do this interview that we've been doing for the last few years, I'd still do the work, and I'm sure you would too. Right or wrong.
Indeed.
So that brother didn't come off to me like he is someone that's looking for notoriety. I think the dude that he pimp slapped is the one who's looking for the notoriety. I don't go seeking CNN and TMZ and the rest of these people. Well, I always seek these people out. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been on my radio show in some time now. I could have been on it every week if I just wanted to be seen and heard, but I don't do it for that. We have some people hustling the culture, and we know who they are, but I don't do that. You understand? I don't think that brother was in this for that. And let's just be very frank and upfront with one another, and let's just be very clear, Brother Rich. There's other things that you and I can do to get noticed. We don't have to risk our lives. You understand what I'm saying? Doing this.
Right.
Seriously. So no, I didn't get that vibe from the brother. Not at all. I think the brother was very genuine. I think the brother was very real and very courageous, man. I'm trying to choose my words wisely.
Mm-hmm.
He's very courageous because I think most people out of emotion would have done one or two of the things that I've seen this brother do. But if you listen to him, he's very calculated and he's very clear. And he wanted people to know exactly what was going on with him, but beyond himself, he was letting us know what was going on, because a lot of us, because the verdict was handed down and everything died out and died down, Ferguson became a thing of the past for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And this lets us know, like, wow, people are still dying? Wow, this is critical. On the eve of the 20th anniversary of Tupac, people are still dying like that? Yeah. But because no one is putting it on CNN, it gets little to no notoriety. I was like, wow, no play, no pub, no views, no hits, no more retweets. God damn. So I guess now, this is where the rubber really meets the damn road. So this is real now. You understand what I'm saying? And to all of those fake-ass, lip-service-ass, fake-ass revolutionaries out there that want to run their mouth. Yeah, this cracker got a goddamn hit list. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And he's going down his hit list, and he's coming after all of us that tend to speak truth to power. Plain and simple. And I'm not, Brother Rich, I am not, what's the word that I'm looking for? I am not deceived into thinking that my name is not on the list. Shit, whether it's at the top of the list, the middle, or the bottom, or maybe they got to knock off a few people to get me on the list. I don't give a fuck. I'm real about this. I'm really, really real about this. And I tell people, and people in my inner circle know, I know my name's on the list. I see the way they operate. I see the signs and the signs that they want me to pick up. The little signs that they leave to let me know, okay, we're still watching your little black ass. Keep running your mouth. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Some of the people told me, my homeboy right now, Khaled, Bernard King from the Black History 101 Mobile Museum, he's going through some shit right now, Brother Rich. Right now as we speak. Go check out his Facebook page, Black History 101 Mobile Museum. Don't tell me these people ain't dogging my goddamn trail and seek to neutralize me or to put me 6 feet under. Because that brother is one of the smartest brothers I know. He ain't committing no crimes, don't kick up no dust, but they coming at him now because he's associated with me. You understand what I'm saying? Let me read something to you, man. This brother sent me this message. Brother always sends me messages. All protesters right now are marching through CWE chanting, "Who killed Darren Seals?" Video footage shows a group of 20 to 30 people walking along residential streets on their way to the area's bustling business district chanting, "Who killed Darren Seals?" and "Defend Black Lives." Several people carrying rifles and shotguns openly declared their affiliation with the Revolutionary Black Panther Party. Clad in black tactical vests and heavily armed, Padre added chants of "Fuck the pigs" and "Free us or you die, cracker." And this is what they're chanting. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Black people are set up and they're not playing, man. They're not playing. They're like, give us liberty or give us death. Shit, we'll take either one. Shit is getting really real right now in these streets, man. For real. For real. And I'm telling you, Brother Rich, it ain't no more sitting back playing armchair revolutionary. They coming up in your spot and snatching your punk ass. For real.
Mm.
All this cats with all this lip service on Facebook now and YouTube. They're coming after all these cats. Neutralizing all of them. You want to run your mouth and inject yourself into the fray? You want to inject yourself as a leader and put yourself in the middle of all this? Good, we got something for your ass. Here you go. We better study revolution, man, and study how these people work, man. When they deputize these armed white militia, they don't care nothing about filling you full of lead, man. And they're not coming to arrest you, Brother Rich. Trust me, man. Trust me, I'm telling you, man. They're not coming to arrest. They're not coming with an arrest warrant, man. They have a clear agenda to neutralize you and to dispose of you. Plain and simple, man. I better lower my voice, man. I'm in the damn Caesar's Palace in Atlantic City. And I know these walls are thin. That's real.
You're going off in Caesars, man. You're going off. Do you think we're seeing history repeat itself in a sense that Darren Seals' criticism of Black Lives Matter is similar to Malcolm X's criticism of the civil rights movement when they say that they receive funding from white liberal groups? Is this like the same thing that happened to us in the 60s is happening all over again with the Black Lives Matter movement?
Yeah, but the very distinctive mile marker, I should say, that sets it aside, Brother Rich, is the fact that when the civil rights movement was financed by the opposition, they became the controlled opposition.
Mm-hmm.
Once you become the controlled opposition, you're given an assignment. Once you're given the assignment, come on, man, your whole card is pulled. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And nowadays, when we recognize you as a sellout, a traitor to our people, we got to deal with you severely, man. Plain and simple. Very harshly. If we do nothing but ostracize you or call you out or expose you, we got to tell it exactly for what it is. They co-opted the civil rights movement, bought it out, paid off the leaders, and they controlled it. They gave it its agenda, and they picked it and chose its leaders. Same thing they're doing with Black Lives Matter movement today. Plain and simple. You can put them side by side. It's the same exact thing. In the civil rights movement, homosexuals behind the scene wrote the agenda, wrote the screenplay, wrote the books about it, and became the spokesman.
Mm. Wow.
Same thing that's happening today.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking to someone that studied both movements.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of people I know after studied both movements. It's almost parallel. And they had to go to spokespeople that they, throw the suit on and give them a fresh perm and put them on TV, and they become the spokespeople. And it's always an expert. So-and-so and so-and-so, Dr. Ugenskladen Skudenskladen, who has a degree in underwater bubble bath, is an expert in, black people surviving in the urban jungle. He wrote a book called Black People Surviving in the Urban Jungle.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. Stop that. They always got a fucking expert that they can pull up from someplace. You understand what I'm saying? That's going to give you the official statistical data on what it means to be born black in America and join a movement. And shut the fuck up. Tired of that same old BS, man, from these people.
It is the same old. Like they do the same thing over and over again. So
yes, and we fall for it over and over.
Yeah. Well, why do you think? I got two more questions for you, brother. Why do you think the media just throw everything that has anything to do with black liberation at this point in the Black Lives Matter bag? The protest from Kaepernick when he decided not to stand, they call it a Black Lives Matter protest. A bunch of sites consider Darren Seals Black Lives Matter. I'm like, did they do the research? This brother was talking against Black Lives Matter.
Right,
like anything you do now, they just like, oh, you're Black Lives Matter. Why do you think they're doing that?
Brother Rich, can I say something respectfully?
Definitely, yeah.
Where the fuck do you think that $33 million went? That George Soros kicked out? Where do you think it went? Degrees on fucking pause for people to say this, man. Come on. For real, man. That's where it went. Here's the script. This is what we're going to call it. You understand what I'm saying? And they got a set agenda at different intervals on when they're going to put them on TV to say what, and anything that remotely looks like it, we're going to attach that brand, attach it to the brand, and we're going to build the brand. It's building a brand, Brother Rich.
Building a brand, huh?
Yeah. They're branding it. Mm-hmm. So repetition is the mother of learning. That's the first rule in branding, right or wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Repetition is the mother of learning. I watched a television show, movie, one of the Austin Powers movies. Puppy was building his brand. They had Puppy's name tattooed on Austin Powers' ass. They're building a brand. So it is with Black Lives Matter. Trust me, Brother Rich, prior to Black Lives Matter, these dumbass Negroes didn't even want to be called black. These are African, no, they weren't even African Americans. They was Americans. Didn't even want to be called black. Now it's that money done funneled down from the top and trickled down, and all of a sudden they came up with a clever name, Black Lives Matter. All of a sudden they black now. Call one of them and ask them what is black. And why should these lives matter so much now? And I'm going to say it again as I always say. Black lives are only going to matter when black lives matter to black people.
Indeed.
Who else should they matter to? Who else gives a fuck? My black life matters to my black ass. Everyone else is to the damn curb. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So if it matters to me, I'm going to do everything in my power to defend my black life. Plain and simple.
You know, just everything going on. This is the last question. Everything going on within the last year or 2 years. People coming out, speaking out. It makes me think about history, Black history, and things I've read in the books. It makes me think about the present. It also makes me think about the future. Now, what do I mean by that? We have someone that a lot of people admire, Jesse Williams, for the speech he made at the BET Awards. Not only that, for his activism out there in the streets and, you know, being active on social media and constantly speaking out against what mainstream media is trying to brainwash us with. So a lot of people admire the brother. The brother did a documentary praising Black Lives Matter. We have a brother like Darren Seals who's saying they just came here to collect money. That's the only thing that they came here to do. They really didn't do anything. So we have two completely different accounts. If somebody in the future was to read what happened during this time period, black people, they would say, well, you know what? Jesse Williams was a great man that stood up for black people on television in front of millions of people on that camera. So what he's saying has to be correct. If we're using logic and we're using common sense, Jesse Williams, the chances are, if I'm a betting man, he wouldn't be lying to us if he told all that truth on BET. So it's so easy for us to misinterpret what happened in the past. So it makes me think about history, Professor Griff. Does this, with what I said, does this make you rethink things you read in the books, considering how easy it is for things to get misinterpreted or for somebody to lie or for a story to get told the wrong way? Does it make you think about the history books in a different light, Professor Griff?
Yeah, it definitely does. I always teach that our story needs to be told to us by us. You and I have to tell this history, brother. You and I have to tell and correct the narrative. So this ends up in the history book. Prime example is some people may be looking at Barack Obama from two different viewpoints, two different, I hate this word, perspectives, through two different lenses, and tell two different stories from two different perspectives. Those that have the flexibility mentally and intellectually to be flexible enough to understand both perspectives can probably draw strength and valuable lessons from both of them. Those of us that know one perspective is an absolute damn lie. Barack Obama was installed in the White House, whether it's the CIA or whoever installed him in the White House, done nothing for black people, never came to speak to us, never spoke for us, never spoke up, always spoke in favor of our enemy against us. The other perspective may be, I don't know, when Daddy took office, he did great things, man. It was a beautiful thing to see a black family in the White House, and, you know, if there's nothing else but seeing that, he's a good spokesperson and good, all-around great guy. Two different perspectives, man. You understand what I'm saying? Some people may say, well, he's the first Jewish president. Some people may say he's a drone warrior. Some people may say, you know, whatever. Some people from the other perspective may say, wow, very intellectual man, a constitutional lawyer. He knew constitutional law, so he was able to speak and able to identify with certain things on a constitutional level and not have them shred the Constitution and shit on. And two totally different perspectives, Brother Rich. Which one will make the history books? It's up to you and I to determine that. It's up to you and I, Brother Rich, literally. We have to be able to filter these stories through a medium in which we use to communicate directly to the people to get the narrative straight. You and I said it last week. Darren Seals' name has to be lifted up. All right? Now that he's in the ancestral realm, his name has to be lifted up, not shitted on, not dragged through the gutter. Some people had asked me already from the last conversation we've had, I mentioned his name. Is he a martyr? You understand what I'm saying? Anyone that lifts a voice for black people, black Africans, anyone that lifts a voice to advance our cause one iota is a martyr in my eyes. Should I give that and relegate that energy and that pedestal to a Jesse Williams like I would a Darren Seals? That depends on who's viewing it, Brother Rich. I hold in high regard what Jesse Williams dropped on us because we needed it at the time that we needed it. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
We needed that. I know I needed it. If Darren Seals was doing what he was about to do and attempting to do, I love that, man. I needed that. And I think somebody is knocking at my door. But I need I'm dead serious. I needed that. You know, I needed that at that time, man. It was very necessary at that particular time. Because this is a very critical time in which we're living. Desperate times call for desperate measures. and I'm looking through the people, and there's no security. Thank you. Yeah, we're going to cut this one short because I don't trust Caesar's Palace in Atlantic City, New Jersey. You know what I'm saying? I ain't spending no more goddamn time. I'm getting my ass up early and I'm bouncing. For real.
Well, leave the people your contact info before you go, Professor Griff, and let them know what you got coming up.
Okay, the people can hit me directly at 678-557-2919. That's 678-557-2919. And I am searching for my flyers, and I actually have them right here. I'm going to be in Houston, Texas on Friday at the Meet and Greet Friday, the 16th, between at 7 to 9 p.m. at 8270 West Belford Boulevard, Houston, Texas. That's Cool Runnings, the Jamaican Bar and Grill. You damn right I'll be Cool Runnings. I'm in there eating me a damn, I'm eating some jerk, vegan, whatever the hell. The Meet and Greet, Friday, 9/16/2016, between 7 and 9 at Cool Runnings, Jamaican Bar and Grill, 8270 West Belford Boulevard, Houston, Texas. The next day, I'm going to be at the Shape Community Center, 3903 Alameda Road, Houston, Texas. At the Shape Community Center, I'll be talking about musicology, music, money, madness, mayhem, murder, and the original motherfucker. All right? Lecture begins at 4 p.m. Doors open up at 3:30. You can call 832-368-3863. Once again, 832-368-3863. That's Saturday, September 17th, 2016. Doors open up at 3:30. Lecture starts at 4. It's a dub at the door. Get tickets in advance, $15, man. Shout out to Louis at March 4th Productions that's bringing me in to Houston, man. Shout out to my people on the streets there in Houston, man, making it happen. This is Professor Griff. You can catch me on Twitter at Professor Griff. You can catch me at Instagram, Professor Griff. You can catch me on Facebook, /Enemy Minds or Serious Minds. My number is 678-557-2919. Can I give a shout out to my homegirl who I've been knowing for 27 years, love her to life. My homegirl Soleil doing the damn thing. Me and Soleil doing a song for Khalid El Hakim for the movie Artifactual. If you want to support the film Artifactual, go to www./Artifactual. We're putting together this song, man. Just coming together, putting our efforts together to make sure the film comes off well. Jay Dilla's mom is blessing us with some Jay Dilla tracks, bro. Can you believe that?
Wow.
Jay Dilla's mom is stepping up to the plate. Love of the life, man, for real. We got some poets stepping up to the plate. They like, look, I don't got no money, man, but, hey, I got some poetry I want to do for the film. Bring it. Let's make it happen. If y'all got some tracks or whatever y'all want to do, if y'all can't donate a dime or a dollar or a food stamp, hit me up, 678-557-2919. To all of the street soldiers out there, man, that's listening to this, y'all keep your head up, man. In the words of Tupac, keep your head up. We're going to survive this. You understand what I'm saying? We got to come together, though. Ain't no little I, big I, little you. I am because we are, therefore I am. Everything for everyone and nothing for ourselves, man. Peace, Brother Rich.
Indeed, family. This is Brother Rich, Underground Railroad Radio with Professor Griff. We signing out, family. Peace.
Peace, family. This is Brother Rich from UGR, urging all my viewers and subscribers to help support the channel by donating just $1 to the UGR PayPal account. We appreciate the viewership and support, and we understand the power of $1. If you benefit in any way, shape, or form, we ask that you donate $1, whether it be monthly, bi-monthly, quarterly, or yearly, so that we can build our brand to compete with the NBCs, the MTVs, and the Foxes of the world. I figure since Kanye could ask Mark Zuckerberg for $1 billion, I could ask my subscribers to donate $1 so I could make the best possible content possible. The main objective of this channel is to inspire you to become the greatest version of yourself. So hopefully throughout the years of you watching this program, you have been inspired to become the greatest version of yourself. If you would like to donate, you could go to www.paypal.com and send a donation to richandmerit7@yahoo.com. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your program.
Anthem on the track.
Yeah. Yeah. King shit. Yeah. Yeah. Look. I'm from the city where the bums rich. Skyscrapers block the rays when the sun hits. One time coming, niggas run quick. By the time a baby walk, he got a gun grip. I was made for this. 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 I'm not a product of the cages that they raised us in. Bred to be a king, I'm not a slave to this. I was made for this.